Good morning, Sean Borger here, back with another Summoners War news. And in today's story, we are looking at a nerf to the triple string master R5 team that was created by the community. On this show, I'm not supposed to give my personal opinion, but personally, this is kind of sad to see, kind of scary as well. So, greeting from Com2us. We would like to inform you regarding the modification of how the Fire Wind Light String Master work on a boss of some content. In Summoners War, a variety of decks is created and used by the Summoners War community in many contents. Interesting and efficient decks such as a fast raid deck using the Fire Lightning Emperor or a Giant's Keep clear deck using the Wind Dryad and Fire Pixie are some of the examples that surprise our team. So this is where the community creativity is really important. We play the game more than them, so we kind of just figure out things that they don't even expect us to know, and it really blows their mind. We believe this is one of the fun elements of playing Summoners, or however, the recent raid level 5 clear deck using the String Master has been considered a deck that is somewhat different from the strategic deck by the dev team, which could affect the game balance in the long term with the skill mechanism. The Lord Com2us has decided that your strategy is different from them. They don't like it. In the case of a boss that has much higher HP from a normal monster requires a certain level of strategy, it has a passive effect such as limiting damage that proportionate to max HP or having immunity against continuous damage skill. Melody of Resentment, which is a skill that inflicts damage proportional to the opponent's max HP, is the only skill that's working in a form that is not affected by the passive effect that reduces the boss max HP proportional damage. So it is not intended for this max HP damage skill to work against a boss that has a lot of HP, because if you allow the damage proportionate to max HP to work, unit like Sigmarus or Lin, which is a one-shot R5 boss without the need for good runes, and I think that is not what it intend the content to be or the unit to work in R5. The R5 boss and rewards are designed on the premise of nurturing monster above a certain level. However, due to the String Master skill, this specific deck is used to attack and clear the boss without being affected by the level of the monster development. Because you can actually use this team, level 35, all of them, don't have to be awakened, and you don't really need amazing runes on them. So that's why I think they are not happy about it. We judge that this issue could greatly affect the overall game balance that will not be limited to the raid boss. So they're scared that you're gonna figure out how to use String Master in more and more content that just bypass the need for rune requirement and destroy PvE in general. I think that's what they meant, because soon people are gonna design like raid boss team, which I am already kind of doing, and use String Master to just kill the raid boss team, like the other elemental beast. And without the need to build like a proper team, you're still gonna win it because the String Master skill can be quite good in those dungeons as well. Therefore, after much consideration and discussion, we would like to revise the Fire Wind Light String Master skill as follows. The following boss max HP proportional damage reduction effect will be applied to the sisters as well. We're not exactly sure how, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna go out their way to make sure that this team is not usable again. And you have to build a proper R5 team, aka the Bayliga BJ5 team. Target boss monster will be the Rift Raid bot as well, and the guild boss as well. So they even make sure that you're not gonna bring that into the guild boss content too. Nobody has been doing this just yet, but they're making sure that the guild bosses and dimensional bosses will not be affected by the Fire Wind Light String Master as well. Example of damage reduction passive against max HP proportionate skill will be the R5 boss and dimensional boss. So they already have that effect. They're just including the Fire Wind Light String Master skill into the effect as well. Deck that can use String Master to attack the boss will be affected, but we believe that setting to activate as other enemy HP proportionate damage skill sustain the overall game balance in the long term. We sincerely apologize for modifying the issue now due to our shortcomings. So I guess we are putting our string master back to the storage, especially the win one. The win one was like, hell yeah, it's my time to shine. But I guess it's not her time to shine anymore. So that's it. This is probably the first. So they are aware of other decks such as our Giants and our R5 deck and Trikaru and all that good stuff. And this is the first time they nerf a strategy that the community came up with, I would say, because they released unit like twins, and then the twins could clear everything when they released twins back then, and they had to nerf it because the twins were so strong that it cleared every single thing. The twins used to attack together, like every boomerang would attack when a chakram dancer attack. It made every single dungeon a little bitch, and they didn't like that. But if they tested it, they could have known it. Or when they buffed the light Nailstone fighter Lucas, I think his shield was doing some massive crazy damage in some dungeon, and they kind of forget that it worked that way as well, so they kind of nerfed that too. So unfortunately, String Master will be back to being a niche unit and not widely used anymore. Potentially, we don't know just yet whether it's gonna be like a huge nerf, but I think I'm pretty sure they are going to make sure that this team is not usable anymore, which is kind of sad because what this will do is it's gonna scare the people in the future that's going to make new team for dungeon that will clear it really fast and efficiently, but they're going to be scared to do it because hey, what if Com2us gonna nerf it because it's a gimmick that worked well and Com2us daddy doesn't like it anymore. And also, every time somebody's gonna mention a new strategy, the argument whereby Com2us gonna nerf it will be brought up again and again, and this will be the solid, concrete evidence showing that hey, when you clear something too fast, Com2us gonna nerf it because they don't like it. You gotta nurture your unit strong enough, buy some rune packs maybe, and deal with a dungeon the hard way instead of using gimmick creatively in the game to clear PvE quickly and then just move on to PvP, right? So early mid-game player who were just hoping that they can use String Master to clear R5, not for you today. But honestly though, I think the String Master team is still like a team in the middle that is not necessarily the best team because it's not free-to-play friendly. It requires you to have very specific nat 4 unit, which is not something that you would recommend to everybody. It's like an option, The best team is still the BJ5 team where everything is free-to-play friendly. You can build everything and you have enough runes. You're going to clear the raid boss very easily. No RNG, no nothing. And that is the team that is still the best team to clear R5 with in 2021. This is just like another team that you can build, but you don't have to build because it's not the best team. And you can move on to BJ5 after you have farmed enough with this team and you use your String Master somewhere else, or just because you want to use the String Master, but now not really. So I don't know. I don't like this because there are much bigger problem, honestly, about game balance that they just kind of don't give a shit about, like how Kakano is literally the god unit in guild content. And where is the Kakano skill resolution notice nerf thing? Because if you're scared about game balance, you're ignoring a lot of game balance that is currently happening in PvP. But when the community band together and created like such a funny, creative strategy, then they're just gonna nerf it, which I don't know, man. I just don't like it. How can anyone in the future confidently trying to find a new team for anything if what they are going to get in a week is a fucking greeting from Com2us? Hey, we don't like your strategy. We're gonna shut it down. But I guess it's not gonna be usable anytime soon. So back to BJR5, boys.